right, is this on? All right, we are now live. Cool. All right, guys, welcome to my 100,000 viewer special live stream. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So let's begin. So what we're going to do today is three things. We are going to look over the recent market move in Bitcoin. Then we are going to do a live analysis and price prediction of Bitcoin. And then after that, we're going to do some interactive historical practice of Bitcoin. And TradingView recently released a tool, this replay thing, this replay bar here, that basically lets you go back in time with all information of that time and then to go forward with this. So it's a really good back tester and it's really fun to use. So we're going to use that as our third thing here. I'm going to be popping into chat. So you can see, I'm going to be popping into chat from time to time too. If you guys want to ask any questions, and if you don't know, there's something called Super Chat. And what Super Chat does is it's a donation, but also a message. And the donation goes fully to me, so it doesn't, and none of it goes to YouTube. And this is a really good way if you want to ask a question, then hit Super Chat. All right. But yeah, let's start. So basically, what do I see on Bitcoin in these past few days? Well, we've had a massive bull run, as you guys probably know. And if we go on the daily, let's see. If we go on the daily, we can see that just basically vertically upward at this point. So your first reaction might be, oh, I should buy this. But I'm going to go into today why I don't think this looks as bullish as it might right now. For those who know Elliott wave theory, oh, there it is. For those who know Elliott wave theory, this kind of looks like a wave 5 to me with a 1-2 formation because this is a 61.8 retracement. And then we have our third wave, and then we might have had an extended fifth wave or a fifth wave that's equal to a third wave. So it looks like we're in for heavy correction. But for those who don't know what happened, Bitcoin had a massive bull run as it has reached massive adoption. For those who don't know, yesterday Big Bang Theory aired an episode dedicated entirely to Bitcoin that had 12 million viewers. So I think that also had an impact as well. And also, what I like to do is look at sentiment. So what I'm going to do here for describing what happened to price, I'm going to look at sentiment and relate that back to what I think happened, and then finally what is going to happen. And then after that, we're going to go into the long-short ratio, which is pretty fun. Yeah, so let's look at sentiment to start. So I have the 7-day for bfxdata.com. Let's look at long positions. So for those who don't know, what this is how many Bitcoin are held on long positions in Bitfinex. This is not an indicator for the entire market, but it's a good representative of the Bitcoin market. And I'm actually going to the 14-day. Basically, what we can see here is we had an increase in bull positions, as you can see right here, up to a point, and then things got pretty shaky as we had massive jump to buy and then a massive dump to sell. You might be thinking, okay, what do you do with this? Well, with sentiment, basically what we want to see in a healthy trend is buyers going down as price goes up. Because these are retail traders, and if retail traders are going up as price is going up, what that means is that the market is in on the trend. And for those who know, 90% of participants in the market are going to be unprofitable across many asset classes. And the reason that is because many traders take positions against the market and then don't like to use a stop loss. So then what you see is an increase, as you can see beautifully right here. This is a prime example. Price is going up, but shorts are going up as well, even though price continued to go up. And the reason this happened was because the shorts just did not want to have the stop loss be hit, so they would just short and then just leave their position in the market or even short more. And that's why we had this formation here. So back to my point about the long positions, basically when we see this many long positions jumping in on Bitcoin, that's a pretty bad sign, especially in an established trend. And this is clearly an established trend. And yeah, And then one last thing on long short positions, we can see that the percent is 68% long and 31.9% short. That also is an indicator that the mass market's bulls. That's not really the most bullish sign. All right, so let's now look at buy and sell volume for Bitcoin. And I'm also just going to look at the chat for a bit. Sorry, let's see here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so and also in about 10-20 minutes, I'm gonna start doing a poll, as you can see right here. I'm gonna get into what exactly that is, but that's gonna be pretty fun. I'm gonna do some more interaction with my viewers. Okay, so let's just look at sell volume here in the recent rise of Bitcoin. So, for those who don't know about where you want to see buy and sell volume in an uptrend and a downtrend, you basically, in a healthy uptrend, you should see a lot of long or bullish volume or buy volume at a market bottom. Let me show you that. At a market bottom, and then you do not want to see a lot of volume at a market top. Reason for that is because if we have a lot of volume at a market bottom in an uptrend, what that's showing is that there's enough fuel to power the trend higher. But what it shows when we have a gigantic spike in volume and then we get this, that's overbought. And I've given this analogy a million times, but I'm going to give it again because I like this analogy. If you have 100 people in a room and then everyone buys an asset, can the price go any higher? No. The price can't go any higher because there's no more buyers. And that's one way that you can think about overbought points, that when there's a large spike in buy volume, that the market is basically done with the uptrend. And that's what we saw here. This was healthy. As you can see, we had a high volume, buy volume spike at a market bottom here. We had some continuation volume here, where a lot of people bought, but the price kept going higher. But then here we reached overbought. So this was not good. And if we look at sell volume, you can see that sell volume was very, very high at this market top, and also the sell volume, let me zoom in, the sell volume was the cause for this massive drop, as you can see, where we had I'm trying to get it. In 30 minutes, we had 210 Bitcoin being sold. So that's a lot of Bitcoin being sold in 30 minutes on margin. So yeah, so that was a sign that this market was going to go downward. So that's what happened in the past. Now let's get into here. Let's get into this now, live analysis and price prediction. Because that's probably what you're more concerned about, because we already know what happened in the past. So what are we going to see going forward? Well, I'm going to use this indicator right here, which is the Bitfinex long short. I'm going to put that on. I know that this might look super complicated and annoying, but this is actually a super helpful tool. What that is right here is this. These are the same exact things. It's just that this is overlaid onto the price chart, so that when I scroll back, I can see exactly where the sentiment was. So let me go on to the 4-hour. Yeah, so let's just look at what's going on with this recent sentiment to see what we can see going forward. Okay, so like I just said before, when we had this last leg of the uptrend, you can see that there was a massive spike in long positions, which is unhealthy for the market. And we also had a spike in short positions as well, which typically means the price would go up, but a lot of long positions, it looked like the long position rise was higher than the short position rise, which tells me that more bulls are entering the market at the end of an uptrend than shorts. And then we had this crazy bearish engulfing candle that went down from 10.8K all the way down to 9K. So that's a 1.8K range, and I think this right here was the end of the uptrend, as you can see. And the really interesting thing about what had happened here was, it might look a little weird, but let's just zoom in on this point before we talk about what we're going to see going forward. You can see that as price crashed, the shorts jumped out. We went from about 22,000 shorts all the way down to about 16,000 shorts. Remember, red tells me all shorts in the market, and green tells me all the longs in the market. Okay? And basically when this falls really quickly, that means that a lot of shorts are exiting, which to you might seem, hey, isn't that bullish? A lot of shorts are exiting. Not necessarily. Typically the market likes to kind of screw over the masses. So if price is going up, you typically see that long positions are going down and short positions are going up. And there's a lot of psychology behind this that I'll get into after. Okay, so we see a massive drop in short positions that pretty much confirms that this is going to keep going lower, and we get that. We keep going lower here. We see a little bit increase in short positions, but not enough to really prevent this from happening. And then we see a spike in long positions right here. As you can see, so we have a spike in long positions. And this, in a downtrend, typically means the downtrend will continue. And I'm just going to give a quick note on why that is, because you probably are going to want an explanation. Wait, downtrend, bulls increasing, why would price keep going down? Well, here's why. All the bulls who had bought here, you see this, these points here, when they buy and then they see the price drop, a lot of them don't want to sell the loss, right? So then when we see that price begins to climb up towards them, a lot of them are going to want to get out of their positions at break even or slightly profitable. So what happens basically is, let's say that everyone had bought like right here. That many bulls had bought right here, as you can see, kind of true. When the market goes down right past them, they don't have time to get out of the market. If they don't have a stop loss, then they're going to be still in the market, as you can see indicated right there. But then when we see price comes back up to that point, those traders who were at a loss are now going to want to sell and be at break even. So what that's going to do is all that selling that's going to occur because they want to be break even is going to cause the market to have a bit of a harder time moving upward. We can kind of see that evidenced here. As you can see, price did move up here, and then we had that pullback, and then we have this that I will talk about soon. Yeah. But the reason why this wasn't like major support, major resistance, why this market didn't just crash, is because of this. We had all those long positions who originally had bought at bad prices here. Many of the long positions, instead of waiting, had actually gotten out of the market right here, as you can see. You can see that drop from 25.6K all the way down to 22.6K. So 3,000 Bitcoin held in long positions were dumped as price moved down. So what that's telling me is that all these guys who had bought here at not such a great price had actually gotten out of the market here, which is going to actually allow the market to travel upward a little bit easier. That might sound really complicated and ranty, but just to simplify it to simpler terms, just think about each price point as a mass of buyers or a mass of sellers. Massive buyers right here, and you can see that, and then we can see that they all sell. And if they all sell, then price can go up, okay? So that's what happened here, just for explaining like what's going on. We can also see that shorts are just dropping out of this market very rapidly. No matter what the market's doing, the shorts just seem to be dumping, as you can see, just how low the shorts are. They went from a peak of 21K, and now they're down at 11K. So, oh my God, about half the shorts just jumped out of the market right here. So, yeah, I would say that's typically a bearish sign. That many traders still believe that this uptrend is going to go forward. All right, let me look at chat for a bit. Sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah, is the echo fixed? Yeah, I think I had a bit of that. That's funny. Yeah, the echo always like starts at the beginning of a recording, and then it just kind of goes away. That chart is giving me AIDS. Okay, yeah. I understand why these charts look kind of ugly, but I gotta say that they are so powerful. And if you can understand how to interpret these kinds of charts, then you're gonna have a large edge in the market because you're gonna be looking at what other people are gonna be doing, and typically you're gonna be able to do the opposite or do what they're going to do but before them, because you can see the market mistakes that they're making. All right, so now let's talk about what we see in the market now and what I can see going forward is going to happen in this market. So let me just pull up my handy dandy tools. So we have this move right here, and if I do it as a Fibonacci retracement all the way down to here, we can see that this was about 61.8. Pardon the tails, the body was around 61.8. If we see price begin to come down here, I would believe that it's quite valid, meaning that price would likely continue going down. If I see like price come down to here, past this level, especially with this looking a bit like a tweezer top for those who know candlestick patterns. This does look like it could potentially just fuel into a downtrend. So, and if this does fuel into a downtrend, what you actually see is long positions going up as they become trapped in this market. And if they become trapped in this market, then if the market tries to go upward, then it's going to have a hard time going upward because all these trapped bulls are going to try to get out of the market, and that's going to create a sell-off to continue the downtrend. But that will all happen just if I think price comes down to like, I would say like here-ish. Past 10K would be fantastic, and then bulls continue to go upward or just stay flat. If they go downward, that might be a sign that price would go upward. So yeah, basically like one rule of thumb, if you want to just have a quick takeaway, is that you typically want to be doing the opposite of what everyone else is doing in the market. And that's basically true for most markets. And when we're going to look back at data, I'm looking forward to that. When we look back at data, you're going to see just how much doing the opposite of everyone else would actually have made you a lot of money. But yeah, so I think that we might see the market moving downward now. The only reason why I think that this might be bullish is if I can see that price breaks right here. If I can see price breaks 10.8K, where we had a bit of resistance here, and then confidently goes above it, then I think that the uptrend's still intact. But my belief now is probably that we're in a downtrend. And the reason I think that is because this volume spike right here. And volume spikes typically mean a reversal. We have a volume spike here, as you can see, and we have a downtrend. And if you look here, we have, I know it's like kind of cluttery. I apologize for that, but we have a volume spike around this area, and then price went upward. And if I go on the daily, like you can basically see anywhere where you have a major turn in the market or a major reversal, you're going to have that volume spike. And we can see that volume spike right there, and you can see that volume spike in this strange kind of range right here, and with that wild tail all the way up to $11.4 thousand. So yes, that's basically what I think we're going to see moving forward. That shorts are going to probably continue moving downward, bulls are going to continue moving upward or stay flat, and then price comes down. So if you might be wondering, okay, if price comes down, what levels am I looking at? I'm looking at the 8.4K level because I'm going to get into this later, but this was a demand zone. So for those who don't know and who haven't seen my video on supply and demand, basically a demand zone is when you have a zone before a breakout, before a bullish breakout. So we can see we have this zone right here. And it's safe to assume that when price begins moving upward, that not everyone who put a buy order around here got their orders filled. So what that's going to do is that's going to create excess of buy orders, also known as an excess of demand at that zone, demand zone, so that when price reaches these levels, all those buy orders are going to be hit, and price is going to make that kind of V formation like that. This is the V formation that I'm talking about that you see in the market sometimes. And if you see, that might happen at 8.4K. And another reason why I think that the 8.4K level is important is the Fibonacci retracement, which is, from what I remember, around 50%. So if I do this, as you can see, this right here, you can see that, oh no, pardon me, it was the 38.2%. 38.2% of the overall uptrend. Yeah, so if price comes down to 38.2%, that is 8.4K. So that's where I think we're going to see the uptrend. The downtrend stopping, and then we get a potential retracement for maybe a wave B. Because wave A, wave B, and then wave C. And then wave C might take us down to a much lower level. I could see it taking us maybe to the 5K level because we have previous very, very strong resistance here. And a bit of support here and a bit of demand. So that could be the case. All right, let me look at chat for a bit and then we'll move on to the next topic. How is volume affecting movement? If the masses watch your channel did the opposite of the masses, I should do the opposite of the opposite. Which, oh yeah, that's hilarious. I want to like that comment. I should do the opposite of the opposite, which is what the masses would have done in the first place. Okay, Brian. All right. That's pretty funny. It's good to have all you guys here. for my first live stream. Should be fun. Okay, so now let's go on to the main topic, which is the interactive historical practice. I know some of you might think that this chart's kind of hard to read, but hopefully by the end of this video you'll be able to read it a lot better. Alright, so let me get into what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so we're going to be looking at 4 metrics, and what I'm going to do with you guys who are watching is, this is in the past, so don't look up what had happened to Bitcoin in the past, just reason with me, because if you do, I think you can learn a lot about why price moves the way it does, and also you can learn how to predict price moves just by watching this and going through with me why things happen and what we think will happen in the past. So as you can see, we are at August 28th, so we have a lot of data that we can play with. I'm going to be looking at 4 things. The long-short ratio, which is just this. I actually also have a cheat sheet that's going to make this like a little bit less, right here. I'm going to show you guys that to make it like a little bit less complicated, because I know it's kind of ugly, and one person said that that the chart looked like it had a venereal disease, but yeah, I think that this chart with the BFX long-short ratio is also just really going to be super helpful. So yeah. Also, we're going to be looking at volume. So just basically volume spikes and continuation volume are the most important, and breakout volume too. Fibonacci retracements are always important. Really, in any market, you're going to see that fibs come into play. For those who don't know what a Fibonacci retracement is, basically in an uptrend or a downtrend, what you're going to see is you see expansion and contraction of a trend. So if the price is going upward, it's expanding, but as it's going upward still, you're going to get some contraction, some retracement as they call it. And what analysts have found is that typically that retracement is 0.618. So let me just show you like right here. Typically, ignore where this is drawn. This is just for showing. So typically you're going to see that price retraces to 61.8 in most, and then the second most popular retracement level is 38.2. All right, cool. Yeah, so that's Fibonacci retracements. Yeah, and then we also have supply and demand zones, which I kind of touched on before, but I also have a cheat sheet for that right here. And basically what that is looking for excess sell orders and excess buy orders. So what you're going to see is like excess buy orders at an area where price immediately just breaks out and lifts off, which leaves a lot of potential bullish positions back here. So when price does come back, you can see that kind of V formation that price touches with a tail, and then immediately rebounds upward. All right, so let's look at the supply-demand cheat sheet. I'm going to talk a bit about this before we get into the fun part, which is predicting price from the past. Yeah, so basically what you want to see with a supply, with the supply or demand zone, is you want to see many candlesticks in the opposite direction. So what this is showing is a rejection at that level. So I'll give you guys an example. If this is a supply zone, which it kind of is, remember supply zones are kind of like, they're kind of like resistance, and demand zones are kind of like support. So if you can imagine those two, then you'll be good. Typically there's a small amount of time spent at zone. Reason that I put this in is because with a supply or demand zone, you want to see a lot of potential positions not getting filled, and you should not see a large amount of time spent in a zone, because if you do, then it's safe to assume that many positions are already in the market. You should have low volume, because again, you want to see that not many people are getting into the market. We have very low volume here, as you can see. And then this is the most important point with creating a supply and demand zone. Typically, the stronger the breakout, the stronger that the zone is going to be. So what that means is that if price immediately just crashes past, then that's going to leave a lot of people who wanted to short, or also previous buyers who wanted to just get out of the market here and put a sell order here, and they didn't get filled. Both. They're going to have a lot of sell orders here. So what's going to happen time and time again is that you're going to get these large tails that just hit all these orders, and then typically they go down a bit. Then yeah, 5 must be a fresh zone. So if it's been touched, then you can imagine that many positions are now positioned in the market. So as you can see here, all those sell orders that were located around this area right here may have gotten filled here. And yeah. Yes, that's a supply and demand zone. But the most important and the most obvious elephant in the room is this green line and this red line, which is right here. Okay, so what is that weird green and red line overlay? Let's talk about that, okay? Yeah, so read this right here. This takes some getting used to. And it's also not the prettiest, but like I've said and repeated myself many times, if you can learn how to trade with this, then you will be ahead of the market and you'll have an edge. So it's your choice. I mean, if you want to look at what other people are doing, you can. If you just want to use, technical indicators, which is fine, then just use technical indicators and don't think about the rest of the market. It's all your preference. So yeah, this is basically how we use it. And what we're going to do today is, like I had said, we are in the past and we are going to practice going forward. And we're going to see if we can predict how price moves. Before we do that, let me just look at chat again. What's going on? Yeah. I'm using TradingView right now. And yeah, basically, like, to get this tool, if you guys are curious, you just basically go to indicators, which is like one of these buttons. It's kind of weird because I've like tightened the window when I'm usually not like this. I think it's here. That's ideas. Yeah, indicators here. Yeah. And then what you're going to do if you want to get this, type in VFX and then hit this. And thank you so much to LB Turner. I don't know who you are, but this tool that you provided is like super, super helpful. And what I love about this tool is that it fits on all Bitfinex charts. So like LTC USD, BTC USD, FUSD, you can see all the sentiment. And the second awesome thing about this is that it fits any time frame. So you can see sentiment for the 5 minute if you want to like scalp, or you can see sentiment for like a 4 hour if you want to position yourself for a few days. So yeah. Okay, so let me go to the cheat sheet and let's get started. Okay, so I'm first going to ask you guys, let's first just look at this data and then we'll predict where price will go. So as we can see here, let's just start with this downtrend and then this uptrend here. We can see here that many shorts, just looking at shorts alone, many shorts short of the market beginning right here. We have all these shorts jumping in the market. And as I've preached many times before, when you see many shorts entering the market, typically at the end of a downtrend, you can see that this is an established trend, that this is clearly a downtrend. This does not look like a breakout kind of market. This looks like a head and shoulders formation that turned into a downtrend. And when you see a lot of sellers just selling at the end of a downtrend, that means that we're going to be very bullish. And again, as I've said before, the reason oops. Hope that didn't like break you guys' like sound on your computers. But yes, the reason why that is because if we have all these shorts entering the market right here, two things happen. A, many sellers enter the market, which is going to do that same thing as I had said before, that if everyone sells in the market, can the price go any lower? No. And then the second thing that's going to happen is if many sellers sell in this market, what's going to happen is that if the price begins to go upward, they're going to panic. And as price begins to reach where their position level was, they're going to buy or cover their short, which is to buy back their position, so that they don't go into a loss as they would expect one to. So what's going to happen is all these people short, and then as price begins to climb up, fear actually comes throughout the shorts, and then you get this. Beautiful. So as price is moving upward, you see the shorts begin to get out of positions. And we can see here that bull positions begin to increase. I've said many times, that typically that means a reversal retracement is impending. That is true, but at the very beginning of an uptrend, you do want to see bullish positions. Like you can see with my second point here, if traders trade with the breakout, that's typically the origin of a new trend. So you're going to want to see a lot of buyers here entering the market because that's showing that there's enough fuel for price to go upward. But if, the long positions were just kind of stagnant and didn't really do anything, like something like this here, and there wasn't a volume spike, because there was a volume spike, as you can see right here, then that typically isn't going to be a reversal. All right, so then we get that, and then we can see that price is going up, long positions are going up, short positions are going down. And then we get this right here, where we have a massive, quick, we go boom, boom, and then we see that all the buyers just jump in at once. And like I've said many times, and this is one little cheat that you can use in your own trading. Whenever you see an established uptrend that many traders just quickly jump into a market like this, not always, but typically that's going to be an overbought point, and you're going to see a retracement or reversal. So if you want to be a savvy counter trader, then what you can do is you can see this rapid spike in bull positions, and really not much of a change in short positions, and you can just short this market and have a tight stop loss. And then you can, if you had done that, you would have enjoyed all of these gains. You know, if you had like shorted at a fair level at 44.20, and then sold it, you know, like down here, then that's already a $200 profit in Bitcoin value if you had just shorted that and just sold around here. So that's just one way that you can use the power of sentiment. All right, now let's go to the fun part. Okay, so let's predict where price is going to go. So we have this happen, and then we have this reversal. Now we can see that if as price is kind of just not really doing much, we can see that bull positions are increasing and that short positions are increasing equally. So I don't really have too much of a bias in this market right now. So let's just get a little bit more data. Okay, so we can see that both positions are just continuing to increase. So there's really not any inconsistencies in this market. But now we're starting to see a change. Okay, so we're starting to see, whoa, what was that? Jesus. Okay. We're starting to see that we have this massive buy spike right here. And it's kind of hard to see here, but as price, oh my God, that is beautiful. So you can see here that we have, let me just paint these guys for you. So we have resistance here, and we have basically support around, like let's say like, I'd say support around here. So we have this, and then we have a breakout. But as we have the breakout, we can see that short positions are falling and long positions are falling. So both types of traders are getting out of the market, and that's a very bullish sign. And then also this buy volume spike is not an overbought point. I know, yeah, you might say, wait, the market's going up. No, not necessarily. The market's in a consolidation period right now. So if we see a buy volume spike that it also has very high momentum, that's telling me that price is likely to continue going upward. So, but at the same time, I'm expecting some retracement or some consolidation here. Okay, so now we have a massive gain in the bulls, as you can see right here. So I'm thinking, yeah, a lot of buyers coming into this market now. Okay, so that would be, wow. This now looks like a completely different market. It seems that a lot of the bulls have caught on, as you can see, and this really isn't a breakout anymore. This now is starting to look like an established uptrend. And now we can see that bulls were going up and now shorts are going down. And typically that's a sign of that the shorts are winning, even though they're going down. Then that would mean the price typically is going to continue moving downward. All right, so now I'm going to ask my first poll question. Let me just give one more candle before I ask it. Okay, sweet. So this is the information that you get. Now, I'm going to ask you guys, do you think it's more likely that price will first go up here and, break these tails and actually go higher? Like, let's say like here's the point. Or do you think that price is going to go below here and actually go lower? This is going to be pretty fun. I want to know what you guys think. But don't cheat. Don't look up what happened in the market. But and I'm going to go to the poll, and I'm going to ask. Oh, thank you, Labs. Laylib's log. Trade this. €2, make it $1 million. Keep it up. That's hilarious. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so here it is. Let me just create this poll. And let me know if you guys get it. Okay. Yeah, so if you guys get it, just like put it in chat or something. Okay, here we go. Up. Yeah. Yeah, so we're looking at here. What's going on? I'll give you guys a quick little hint. If you want to have a tip, look at volume. You see how volume's kind of falling off around here, but then bull positions are spiking and short positions are going down. And we also have a bearish engulf. But just because we have that, that doesn't mean that price will continue to go downward. But still, do you think it's more likely, what's going to be touched first? 4464? Or do you think, sorry guys, 4650? Which one's going to be hit first? So let me know if the poll is working, because I've never live streamed before, so I want to know if that poll is working. I want to see like the results. Let's see. This should be live. The this guy. Yeah, but just let me know. Okay, yeah. So you guys have the poll. So 4464. Oh, no poll yet. Okay. Yeah, I put the poll here. You see it says poll. Will price go up or down? Edit. Save. Create a multiple choice and ask your viewers to vote. Okay. Save. I don't know. Let's see. Is there a way I can like add it like here? Yeah, I understand that you guys can't read it. That's fine though. Kind of like right click. No, it's not gonna work. I don't really know how to use the poll card. Yeah. So yeah, just that's fine. Just tell me if you think that it will go above 4650 or 4464 based on the sentiment analysis. All right. Yeah. So now, I'm sorry guys, but I'm going to play this and we'll see what happened. We'll see who's right. All right, so we see a massive spike in bull positions here. Okay, now bull positions are kind of just chilling off. They're still increasing. All right, I think okay, these guys won. Yeah, the price went up. So a lot of you guys said 44.64. My God, and that, I mean, that's evidence itself that the mass market's typically wrong. Yeah, so price did end up going upward. I'm gonna delete these. Let's just look at like why this happened and what's going on, because I began it around here. So shorts are going up. That's bullish because that's showing that shorts are being trapped into the market. And then let me show you this too. Yeah, so shorts are being trapped in this market, and then we can see that bull positions are just not really doing too much. There was an increase, but then we have this decrease in bull positions as price is going upward. And now we have an increase in short positions as price is going upward. So this is bullish right now. And again, I really need to stress that with every single indicator and strategy, there's a good amount of probability and variance that happens in the market. It's not like sentiment or any indicator is like the magic indicator, or there's like this magical trader who's always right. You're going to be wrong sometimes, and the best thing that you can do is just rewind and to look back at what went wrong, and then decide for yourself, hey, is there anything I did wrong, or is this just due to variance? And if you can do that, then you can have a very healthy trader mindset. Just my motivational thing of the day. All right, but still, I think that this uptrend does not look like a safe uptrend. And the reason I say that is look how many longs are in this. Yeah, this really does not look too good. Okay, now we're having a massive fall off in longs. Now we have a massive increase in shorts. Wow. Okay, so this is really cool. Wow, so this is exactly what I'm saying here, that a rapid change in positions typically indicates a retracement or a reversal. We have a massive fall off in buyers. We have a massive increase in sellers. So what does that mean? Well, if there's a massive fall off in buyers, that's a lot of people selling because they're getting out of their positions. If we have a massive increase in shorts, that's a lot of people selling because they're getting into positions, into shorts. So a lot of bulls are leaving and then turning into shorts, turning into bears. So that is a very bad sign for an uptrend. Typically with an uptrend, you want to see shorts increasing, but then buyers decreasing. But we don't see that here. So I'm thinking that this market probably is going to stop soon. Yeah, okay. Yeah, now this is interesting. Okay, what's going on here? Whoa, wow. Okay, so a lot just happened. It's kind of hard to see, so I'm going to zoom in for you guys, but basically, we have a fall off from 19.6K of shorts all the way down to a much lower number. I think it's at like 18K. And we have also a massive drop off in long positions. So, and we also, look at that, volume spike too. We have a volume spike there too. Yeah, so this looks pretty bearish to me. I would say the massive fall off in both positions. Oh, but this is interesting. My next question for you guys, I'm not going to ask a poll, but I'll just ask this and then give you guys like 30 seconds while I check chat. Do you think we're going to get a bit of pullback because this is a demand zone? Or do you think the price will just continue going downward? So whoever votes pullback, when I mean pullback, I mean at least to like here, to this previous support area that could become future resistance. Or do you think price will just continue going downward past here? So here or here. Yeah, those two. That's interesting. This is super interesting because we had a massive fall off in both. So what that's telling me is that massive fall off in shorts is a lot of people buying to cover your short position. That massive fall off in long positions is a lot of people selling. Buyers getting out of the market. So it kind of offsets because there's a lot of selling and this is a lot of buying. But it seems like there's more selling than buying here. That can clearly be evidenced here. That a lot more long positions are probably getting out. So, yeah. I'm going to check chat for a bit and then just try to think that because of demand zones and because of volume, will this retrace or are we just going to keep going down? So let's see what chat thinks. Yes, this is using historical data. Pullback. Okay, so you guys got it. All right, sweet. Whoa, okay. Everyone's saying pullback. Pullback, down, pullback. Okay. Interesting. Down. Oh, yeah, Freddie, if you don't understand, wait, what are we looking at? This is like, I rewinded back in time to, what is this day? To November 2nd. And the reason that you want to use historical data is this is a great way to practice. This is a great way to look at the market in the past. And if you can analyze the market in the past, then you can have a better probability of analyzing the future. So what a lot of traders do is just look at recent data, which, that's important. But with any skill, with anything that you're doing, this is more motivational stuff. With anything that you're doing, you're going to want to find ways to practice. And if you can just give like an hour or two per day of practicing looking at historical charts and trading your strategy, whether that's, long-short ratios or some technical indicators, that's going to make you a much better trader than others. And that's going to give you an edge in the market because you're doing what other people aren't doing. All right, so yeah, I think I'm about to show you guys the answer. So pull back because the shorts who got their money back. You guys are so smart with historic random data. How about with future random data? That's funny. To the moon. Okay, let's do it. I'll go back to the cheat sheet. I think that we pull back because this does look like a demand zone. I know a lot of you did say that, but let me just hit play. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, we got pullback, and we got pullback way past that. It just like flinged right at that market, and we have a decent amount of bull volume. What's happening with the sentiment? It's okay. With sentiment, we have an increase in shorts as price is moving upward, and it's kind of hard to see what long positions are doing. Long positions just increased as shorts increased. Now they're both falling. Yeah, let's see. It's more interesting when these diverge. So what I mean by that is if like long positions are going up, but then short positions are going down, that tells me a lot. And if like short positions are going up, but long positions are going down, that tells me a lot about the nature of the market too. And the reason I say that is because if let's say that short positions are going up, as price goes up naturally, that's a lot of selling. And then if long positions are going down, that's a lot of selling as well. So that doesn't really offset as much because everyone's selling. And then what I can tell from that is that price is probably likely to continue going upward if it's an established trend, because that's going to fuel the trend higher. All those positions who are selling, that's going to make it kind of hard for price to go down because everyone wants to just, if everyone wants to sell, then it's going to get harder to, I meant to say it this way. If everyone, let's say that those shorts who sold had gotten to a position where they felt trapped, they don't want to take a loss. When price comes down to that level, they're going to happily just jump out of that market and buy back because they don't want to go, they don't want to continue having that loss. They just want to get out of the market scot-free. So then what that's going to do is when all those people, herd mentality, just buy to get out of their short positions, price is going to continue going upward. So that's why I say that, hey, I want to see shorts increasing as price is increasing, then long positions to be decreasing. So that's the reasoning. Yeah, so this is super interesting. Whoa, okay, massive fall off in shorts now. that is very bearish to me. I don't know what you guys think, but this massive just fall off in shorts is telling me that price likely is about to crash. Yeah, and here we go. And you can absolutely see this because just as long as shorts are going down and longs are going up, this is just like textbook sentiment example right here. Shorts going down, longs going up. So I think that price is likely to continue going downward. But where do we think that price is going to go down to? Let me draw a quick little Fibonacci retracement because this might come into play. I don't know because I don't remember this data. Let me just draw like a fib to here. Okay, so it looks like the 61.8 is 44.82, so there might be some support here. Probably not though, but I'm gonna remember that point around 4,500. May have some support. So then let's look at the overall trend. The overall uptrend has a 61.8 at 41.38. So 41.38 to me looks like possible support, and also that 4,500 looks like possible support as well. And I'm just using Fibonacci values, and I'm just going to keep that in my head because that's right. Supply demand. That's right here. I'm talking a lot about long, short, and volume, but I also want to talk about Fibonacci's and supply demand. Okay. Yeah. So let me delete that, and let's continue looking at this market. It also looks like there might be a demand zone here as well. What do you guys think is going to happen to this market? I think that the market will probably continue going down, but do you think there's going to be any pullback? I'll give you guys 10 seconds, then I'm going to just push play. Oh my god, okay. I'm going to give myself 5 seconds now. Maybe we see like a little bit of pullback and then just down, or we just go down. That's what I think, but let's see. Yeah, okay, there's the pullback, and that's exactly what I thought would have happened. We get a bit of pullback that traps a lot of buyers in the market, so all the buyers just rush this market and try to buy. Look at that. Beautiful spike in buyers, and then the market says, nope, not happening, and then they all sell. And now price is going to have a hard time coming to these levels because of all those buyers who bought. They're going to want to get out of their positions and sell, which is going to cause price to go lower. Let's see. Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what I thought had happened. Okay, but now we get those bulls. Some of them may have, I was about to say some of them may have sold off, but it looks like they didn't. But it looks like the shorts had a rapid fall and a rapid rise. Okay, that makes sense. Do you guys see this right here? Let me just rewind a little bit, because this is super, super important to get from this video. Okay? Yeah, so if we look here and we just do one more, let's do one bar. Do you see that rapid increase in shorts? That's not healthy. That's showing that the market is now, really nothing changed with the bulls. We can just ignore the long positions, but if we look at shorts, that rapid increase in shorts is not healthy for the market. That shows that a lot of shorts and sellers are now in on the fact that this is a downtrend. That is exactly why we're going to get price to go upward. And maybe have some resistance here, which we just saw. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, we go higher because as shorts are just increasing. I still think that we are in a downtrend though, just by looking at volume. Yeah. Okay. But I haven't gotten to a point yet where I'm gonna ask you guys. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, that's good news now, because I was worried that as shorts are going up, price is going down, that means that price might go up. But now that rapid fall off in shorts, that's telling me that, the market's probably going to keep going down. And then we're at bull positions. Bull positions are increasing. So this is what you want to see in a down market. This is going to trap a lot of buyers, and this is going to hurt a lot of sellers. I know that sounds bad, but that's just the way that the market works. It's based on market psychology. I mean, psychology basically is how price forms. And that's how support, resistance, everything really in the market relates back to just one human's psychology. And you can see that psychology right here. And I think this might be a bit of a demand zone because we had that rapid increase. Let's see. Okay. Jesus. Okay. No, that was not a demand zone. That price just destroyed this area. Let's see what happened with sentiment. So sentiment-wise, shorts fell, perfect, and longs didn't really do anything at all. So this is telling me the price is likely to continue moving downward. But remember we had said that 4100 was the Fibonacci, the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement. Let's see what happens with that point. And I'm going to ask you guys a question once we get this. Wow. Okay, so now this is interesting. And I think I want to ask the question now, yeah. So price just increased, but shorts just rapidly increased. And the longs really did nothing. Long positions didn't really want to do much. Let me give one more bar. Shorts are just like overflowing this market right now. Okay, so based on that, do we think that price is more likely to go above here, or price is more likely to first break support? I'll give you guys a hint. Let me give it one more candle. I hope that doesn't break one of these lines. Yeah. Okay. I'll give you guys a hint. Look at volume and look at long-short positions, and especially look at the fact that the sell volume versus the buy volume, and the fact that this could change, that this could rapidly drop. And if it does rapidly drop, you know what's going to happen in the market. So I'm going to give you guys about like 20 seconds to just take a gander at that. Oh, thank you, Frank Chen. I don't know how much that is, that NT3. Wait, NT300. What exactly does that mean? Is that $300 or is that like... What's NT? Can someone answer in chat? Is that like another currency? Interesting. But yeah, so before we talk about this, is price going to go here and break this line, or is price going to go here and break the support line? What do you guys think as I just look here? What does this guy say? Also, if you can please restate what the indicators we're using. Yeah, sure, man. So basically what I'm looking at here is Bitfinex long shorts. And that is right here. So this is answering, what is that weird overlay? Basically what I'm looking at is this is telling me how many Bitcoin are held in short positions, this red line. This is telling me how many Bitcoin are held in long positions. So yeah, and basically we use these rules to find where a lot of people act at once and then just try to do the opposite. And I know it's ugly, and I understand, guys, that this is not like a pretty chart, but the sacrifice of it being a pretty chart, we're getting some very useful data. And what we're also doing is by back testing, if I can actually, I think I'm going to do this for another probably half hour, tops, just by this experience and just by watching this video, your mind will already start to think about what the mass psychology is doing and how to play against that. And if you can start doing that and then go beyond that and actually start practicing on your own and to use this tool right here, this play button, with the long-short ratio, you'll get a pretty good grasp on where you think the market's where the market is right now, and that'll really help you going forward. So I can't stress enough that this is important to keep on the thing. Okay, so yeah, is price going to go above here or below here? We did have this, but let's see, break 4,300. You said break 4,300. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Jordan Mendoza, thank you for telling her how to do it. Oh, okay, thank you. 300 Taiwan dollars equals 12 Canadian dollars. That's 10 bucks. Thanks, guys, for answering that. Thank you so much, guys, for these super chats. They were really, really nice. Very interesting video. Will be awesome to do more of this. Thank you. I really appreciate when you guys do stuff like that. It's really nice. All right, enough sappiness. Yeah. So let me reveal the answer, and let's go back to here. If you want to look at that, you can pause the video and look at that. But let's look at here. My prediction, I think price is going to break this first and then go down. I think we're going to get a boom boom. But I can see that price breaks down here because we have high bearish volume. Let's see what happens. Okay, shorts are increasing still as price is going down. Interesting. Now shorts are decreasing, so that's okay. Now shorts are still increasing. All right, this still hasn't been broken yet, but it basically will be. All right, I think it just now broke. Beautiful. Okay, let's talk about what just happened, because there's a lot to glean from this. And those who answered 4,300 were correct. Remember, there is Fibonacci retracement of 4138. All right, whoa, what's going on here? You might be thinking, hey, you're wrong. Why is it that price can go down while shorts go up? Well, here's the thing. This right here. Look, when price fell through, there probably weren't that many orders around here, so price just fell through on very high volume. And you can see that long position just skyrocket. Now what that means is that I'll probably a lot of limit orders here. When I say not a lot of orders, I mean not a lot of buy and sell orders, but there seemed to be a lot of limit orders here that were filled. And then price hit them all, and then long positions just skyrocketed, and probably some just market bought. This is a really bad sign for the market. This really means that the market's probably going to go down, and then add on top of that the fact that shorts are going down now. So yeah, it's going to be hard for price to go above 43.80. Watch it go above 43.80. Okay, yeah, exactly. Reason why price isn't going up is because look at all these long positions who just got trapped. All those long positions who are trapped, if price goes up at that level, they're just going to sell off and try not to go into a loss again because they're at a loss right now. Yeah, this is beautiful. Shorts are rapidly decreasing. Longs are rapidly increasing. This tells me the price is going down. Let's zoom out a bit. Okay. Ooh, that's interesting. So 41.38 was that Fibonacci level. Remember that 0.618, that 4100. You can see that we had minor right here when it was hit with a low tail of 41.35. My God, that's funny. Price does rebound a little bit and on good volume too. But the reason why I think that this Fibonacci 0.618 retracement didn't hold and why this would have been a really not so good buy is because of this heavy bearish volume. And then the main fact that the bears are just falling off a cliff and the bulls are just jumping on. The bulls are just rapidly increasing their positions. So you do not want to be one of these people. You don't want to be the 20,600th person to buy Bitcoin when price is going down. Yeah, so that's why I think that it would not have been a good idea to buy that 61.8 retracement. Maybe buying here would have been nice though. For a retracement. But I still think that price is going to go lower. Yeah. Price does retrace here. But that's natural. In any market, in any uptrend or downtrend, you're going to see that retracement. Okay, so now my question to you guys is, and I think some of you probably already know this for those who've studied the chart in the past, but how low do we think price is going to go here, really? I'm going to give you guys, this will be another fun question. I'm going to give you guys some handy dandy tools. Do you think price is going to go there? You think price is going to go here, at the top of that resistance, the top of this very strong resistance zone here, and also a demand zone, because you can see that is clearly a demand zone, because many buyers probably weren't able to get in on this market with their buy orders, so that when price just skyrockets ahead, what's going to happen basically is that not many of them got filled. So if price does come down here, that's going to hit a lot of buy orders. So that might be a good point of support, just saying. Okay, and then we also have a demand zone. Yeah, let me just show you that demand. This demand zone, of course, but we also have another demand zone. Let me, let's see this. You can read that as I chart this. So, this also looks a bit like a demand zone here. All right, so here's my question to you. If price falls, which it probably will, do we go to 28? Do we go to 2,800? Do we go to 32? Or do we go to 3,500? All right. I'm going to check chat for about 1 minute as you look at these possible levels of where we think price might fall. Price did just break the Fibonacci, 0.618, so that's why I'm pretty confident that price will continue going downward. Yeah. Let me just look at chat for a bit, and then you guys can... oops. This was here. Okay. Sorry. All right, let's see. I think I'm like 2 minutes behind live. Yeah, I think that... Who sent me $50? Jesus. Okay, tell me that's not USD. Oh my God. Yeah, I think he did. Wow. You guys are just way too kind, honestly. I did not expect to be getting super chats like that. Thank you. Thank you, Jason Janko. Thanks, dude. Love you. Love you. Share this with everyone. Thanks. You guys are very, very positive. Yeah. Demand zone at 2,800. I think that, yeah, Trip. I think that's probably true. But we'll see. Yeah. And if you guys want to, 32, 32, you say 32, you say 32, you say 35, so you guys are now seeing it. Cool. I think it's like only a minute behind. Yeah. Thank you again, Jason. Love you too, man. 3,500, yeah. Let's see where the market goes. This is going to be interesting. Okay. Let's see. All right. So we have this right here, but as we can see, yeah, that is a buy volume spike, but I'm not really trusting this buy volume spike because I see a lot of buyers and not many sellers. But price could go up a little bit, but I'm still confident that price is going to continue going downward. Boom. Okay. The price really did go upward. Did it go to a 61.8 retracement? Might have. Okay, so price is really... Let me just draw this. Okay, so it just passed the 61.8 retracement. So, I'll put this on hyperspeed now. Let's see what happens. Yeah, there we go. There comes the bears. Let's just talk about what just happened, because this just completely shocked me too. What's going on here? All right, so we have a market bottom. A temporary market bottom, but price does go below this, by the way. I'm just going to give you that quick little hint. Yeah, so we have a market bottom, but look here. Price begins to go up, so it's testing the waters. Price is trying to go up a bit, but then shorts increase. And you know what that means. When shorts rapidly increase, that's going to make it harder for price to go downward in the short term. And then longs begin to decrease. So what that's telling me is a lot of people are selling here and a lot of people are selling here. And if a lot of retail traders are selling, that means that institutional traders are buying. And typically we want to be on the side of the institutions and not the retail. And that's exactly what happened here. So price just went upward because the market flipped a bit and we retraced to around a 0.618 retracement. But then we had this super interesting thing that happened. We had a bit of stagnancy here where really no one was doing anything. And if you guys want a little quick cheat tip when you're looking at sentiment on BFX LS, whenever you see not many people doing anything, that's a sign of low volatility. And your first thought might be, wait, if it's low volatility, doesn't that mean that nothing's going to happen? Well, typically you see that periods of low volatility are followed by periods of very high volatility, and vice versa too. So it's kind of like, I'm trying to think of like some smart analogy, like pushing, it's kind of like a spring. I think this is a good one, a spring. So when you coil up a spring, you can see that it has very low volatility. It's like this. And then it kind of rests for a bit. And then it springs really high. And the longer and the harder that you press it down, or also known as, to relate it back to price, the longer that price doesn't really move much, the more compression it has, and then the more expansion it can have all at once. Yeah. So that's one analogy of volatility. And you can see that this market's not volatile. Low volume, declining volume, as price moves upward, that's bearish. Shows that there's not enthusiasm for traders for the up move. And we can see that positions aren't really doing much. And that is exactly why we get this move right here. This is a breakout, by the way. When I talk about this period of high volatility after this period of low volatility, the reason why these positions increase is good for the market is because this is a breakout. We've been stagnant. What I do want to see is that if I see price continue to go downward on very high volume, I need to see short positions to begin to fall. And I need to see long positions begin to increase. Let's see if we see that. Okay, so shorts are continuing to increase, and if that continues, price is going to go up, unless we get a rapid fall off in shorts, or a rapid increase in longs. Okay, interesting. All right, now this is, yep, beautiful. And we get that rapid fall off in shorts right here, and also a fall off in buyers. Price is just like destroying people's positions right now. There we go. You see that sell volume spike right there is exactly what I was waiting for. That's going to cause the market to go downward in more long term. But in the short term, price is retracing. It might retrace up to like these levels here, because you do know that previous support will become future resistance. Or it might not even reach that because there's too much selling pressure. Okay, price did reach perfect. Oh, I was about to say perfect, but then price just continued to move upward. And the reason that happened was we had an influx of buyers and an influx of sellers. So when both are increasing, typically, when both long positions and short positions are increasing, it's kind of hard to say what's going to happen in the market because, they offset. But here I can tell you that with more long positions entering the market than short positions entering the market, and this not really being a breakout, I think that we're going to continue going downward. I'm confident that that's going to happen. As long as long positions just increase and then short positions just decrease, we should see this market go down. Beautiful. We have a crossover, meaning there are now more long positions in the market than there are short positions. And that before wasn't the case. All right. You guys probably still want the answer of which price we're going to go down to, but I think price just kind of consolidates here for a bit. Let's just speed that up. Beautiful. Now we have price fall below support. And you see this right here? Shorts just rapidly are decreasing very, very quickly. That's good. But now, this is interesting. Now shorts are beginning to increase. So what do you think that's going to do to the market? The long positions aren't really doing anything, but the shorts are increasing. So let's see. Yeah. Okay, that's good. So 3,500 just got touched. So for those who said 3,500, let's see if you're right. So you're right so far. Now, no. All right, let's see 3,200. We're about. I'm just gonna delete this point. Okay, so 3,200 guys, price just reached here and touched it. And the reason why these bounces happen, like the bounce at 3,500 happened because of all the orders at that 3,500 level. And that's why I labeled it. And also the bounce at 3,200 is happening because of all the orders at 3,200, all the buy orders. So we'll see if you're right, if price continues to move upward or not. This right here is pretty cool. We went from 24K shorts down to 18,000 shorts. So 6,000 shorts just jumped out of the market. And that's what happened. That's why this price just fell right through, because all those shorts got out of the market. Now let's see, guys, if those 3,200 bettors were correct. No. So the it's hard to say. Okay, let's talk about this right here. Oh, sorry. So I think price went down to a low of 29.80, and I think that is the lowest point. So I'm going to call anyone who put 2,900 as correct, okay? Because this does look very bullish to me. Yeah, so let's just talk about what do you see here, and also if you see this kind of formation again, and you listen to what I'm saying here, then you can be better prepared for these kinds of things to happen. Rapid decrease in shorts leads to a large decrease in the price. And then we have that rapid increase in shorts right here. And this rapid increase in shorts, also this rapid increase in shorts, is going to cause the market to move upward. Because now we're getting to a point that's oversold. Too many people have sold this market, and too many people know that the market's going down. So when that happens, price kind of has to go up. Now let's talk about the buyers, because they weren't really as active here. It's kind of hard to see, I know, but would it help, guys, if I did like this? Or is this like just too... I'm just going to leave that on because it makes it a little more clear. Yeah, so the buyers aren't really doing anything here. So the shorts are more important. Rapid increase in shorts, price goes up on very high bullish volume. So yeah, I'm just looking at chat for a bit. Increased shorts and no change in longs would have made me think spike. I suck at this far. No, you don't suck at this. This is just super, super difficult stuff. I mean, I would even venture to say that, like, of all skills and hobbies, this has got to be like top 5% hardest thing to do, to be an analyst or to be a day trader. Yeah, because I mean, the market's basically based on human emotion and on trapping you with your emotion that you're feeling. So if I study this channel, I should be good at it. Well, not necessarily. I mean, too intense if you're going to keep the colors red and green, maybe change them. What do you guys think about that? The only issue with that's funny. The only issue with changing the color is that it might not be clear like who the shorts are and who the longs are. I think I'm just gonna leave it because we'll just have to deal with that. That's funny. Not exactly PC, but still a funny comment. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to this. I think that for this period, I think price moves upward here, but I think that we just don't get data for a little bit. So let me just fast forward until we start to get data. When this does resume, you're going to see a spike, but don't interpret that spike at all because that's just basically a resumption of where positions are. Yeah, like right here, that doesn't really mean too much. That just means that that BFX data didn't have the data. So now we should look at this. I'm going to zoom out too, so that we can just see some other factors as well. Okay. So I know this just looks so ugly with all the red and green, but whatever. Oh, this is kind of cool. This is previous resistance. And this previous resistance is becoming future support with these tails. The reason that is because all of the buyers and shorts all of the shorts who had shorted this, and the price goes down and they get trapped as price just crashes past them. What they're going to do is put buy orders at the positions that they entered, so that when those orders are hit, they're break even, they don't lose money. And people are very risk averse, and that's why I'm saying all this, because a loss tends to be much worse than a gain. A loss tends to be worse than a gain is good. And with that mentality, you're going to see a lot of traders just want to get out of positions at a break even, no matter the cost. And that's why you see previous resistance here becoming a support here. So just a little tidbit. Now let's talk about the interesting part, which is, oh, okay. This is interesting. So if you look here, I think of all questions I'm going to ask, this has got to be the easiest one. This rapid increase in shorts as price is kind of weakly going down on strangely not fantastic volume except for a spike. Do you guys think that price is more likely to go below 3,700, or do you think price is more likely to go below 4,200? Let me just chart that guy. 4,200, yeah, sweet. So what do you think price is more likely to go down to? This rapid increase in shorts, you do know what that means? That could mean that some positions are trapped at this market bottom. Right here. So this could be this could be an area where we have trap shorts, so that if price does go up and then come back down, this could become support. Okay, so that's interesting. So price actually, for those who had said 3,700, price does go down to 3,700. So you would have been correct. And again, you might say, wait, so shorts are rapidly increasing, why is price falling? Well, price is falling because, look, shorts, as this began to consolidate, shorts began to decrease their positions. And it's that little tidbit right there, that little short decrease right there, which is why price fell. But for those who had said down to here, you were right, but do you think price is going to continue going downward? What do you think? Okay, we see long positions going down, short positions going down. So I'm still waiting to see if anyone changes, if like longs start going up or shorts start going up, because that would be more interesting. Rapid fall off. All right, that still doesn't really tell me too much. Now they're both increasing. Okay, now do we get some divergence? Yeah, shorts are increasing a lot quicker than longs are. Longs are really doing nothing with this move, and it seems like shorts are really shorting this move a lot. Okay. Oh, this could be interesting. I think we might have our first Fibonacci retracement. Okay, that is good timing. So, again, my next question is this going to hold? Is this 61.8 retracement going to hold? We have shorts increasing. That's a little head. Is price just going to go upward? Let's see what chat's doing right now. Someone asked a question, and if you want me to read your question a little easier, just send a super chat. You can send anywhere from $1 to $300, and then I'll read your. It's kind of hard to read these, but with super chats, it pops up, so I can read them really easily. Can you widen chart a bit to see candles better? Yeah, it's kind of hard though, because like that's the most I can really like widen it basically. Shorts increase, but longs not increasing makes me guess that it will bounce then fail. Interesting. Okay, what else do you guys think? Honestly, I mean, I guess based on the gamble stick, I'm looking like downtrend. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so shorts are increasing, but longs are not increasing. You guess it's going to bounce then fall. I think it's just going to bounce and just continue the uptrend because 61.8 retracement, shorts increasing. These rules right here. Let's see what happens. Let's see who's right. Yeah. Let's just play. I'll just play this time. Okay, so right now the 61.8 retracement is holding. We're going to go below it? No, are we going above? Okay. Let's delete that because it seems like the Fibonacci retracement actually did hold. All right, now rapid increase in shorts. This is saturating the market with shorts, and longs aren't really doing anything right now. Yeah, perfect. That's what I had expected to happen because of just the nature of 61.8 retracements right here. And ooh, this is interesting. This is an important talking point. Price consolidates here because you can see that this is a almost perfect example of a blank zone, supply zone. I was waiting for you guys to guess that. So I'll give you a few seconds. Yeah, so basically this is a supply zone. We have the many candlewicks here in opposite directions. We have a small amount of time spent at this area particularly. And then the most important, we also have very low volume here. We have a very strong breakout just downward. What this tells me is that traders who had gotten into positions here, when price goes up to here, this is the interesting thing that's going to happen. Shorts who had shorted this, and then when they see this, and the price comes back up, a lot of them are going to want to get out of the market. Beautiful, right there. The minute the price began to touch this with some tails, the shorts just began to ditch. And that's what you're going to see with many shorts here. And then any longs who are here might also ditch here too because the longs were previously at a loss and they might want to go to break even. Whereas the shorts had a different mentality where they were previously at a profit. So many shorts might get out of their positions around here, which is going to create that buy volume spike. So I'm hoping that all this explanation kind of makes the market a little bit more clear. That why volume, price, and sentiment all kind of feed into each other and cause these changes. All right, sweet. Let's continue. Just put this down here. So yeah, we have that massive buy volume spike. My God, with an increase in buyers and an increase in sellers. That just looks very bullish to me. I would say that that's a breakout because we have this right here. Again, I said that this was a supply zone, and that massive increase in price with increase in volume that just screams to me like a bull run. And we'll see what happens for those who had guessed that this is going to turn it from a 61.8 retracement all the way up to here. Okay, so price is going up and shorts are going up. Fantastic. That means that price will likely continue going. Okay, now shorts are going down. That's a bad sign. I called it. I mean, honestly, right here, you can see it. And I had even seen before this even happened, and you would have seen this too if you would start to learn sentiment, that shorts are going up and you see that spike. Beautiful. Price is probably going to keep going higher. Then look here, shorts are kind of going down here. That means that they're beginning to buy up the market, creating an overbought point. And even worse, buyers are going up too, which is buying this too. So that's going to create the overbought point that's going to cause this. But now look at this. Many shorts short this bearish engulfing candle. See all those shorts who should shorted that? I don't know. That's a sign I think that the uptrend's still intact. Let's see if the uptrend continues going upward. Yeah, just as I had thought it probably would. And the reason that was is because do you see how many shorts had shorted this candle right here? That's going to cause a short-term spike in price. All right, buyers are now beginning to go up. Okay, buyers are going up, but shorts are going up too. So if both are going up, that means that price is likely to continue probably going upward. And we'll see if, yep, exactly. Price does go upward. But this is a breakout. Again, guys, this is not some established trend. Right here, that looks to me like a breakout, a bullish breakout right here. So that's why that massive increase in bulls is okay. Still, that means that we're probably going to see some consolidation as some bulls get out of the market. As you can see, that consolidation that I was talking about is happening right here. We had some consolidation before we get a resumption of the up move. And now I think we're going to begin to see divergence, where we see bulls begin to decrease, and then shorts begin to increase. And that would show that price is probably going to continue going upward. All right. What happened here? So price is going downward. Great. Price will likely continue moving upward, but then shorts began going down. And that caused this. Okay, I have a question coming up soon. So, and this is going to be a different kind of question. So be prepared for that. All right. You have 30 seconds to name 3 candlestick formations / patterns here. Go in chat. Whoever gets it first gets a shout out, I guess. You know. So we'll see. All right. Just going to check up chat. So if you guys think that I'm talking about this formation here, name me 3 candlestick patterns. It'll be helpful for you guys to learn some candlesticks. Those are chart patterns, guys, not candlestick patterns. Head and shoulder. This is kind of a head and shoulder, but these are these are those. Yes, Anne's right. These are a doji is a candlestick. Yes, short long analysis does apply to altcoins. Morningstar, correct. I do see a Morningstar as well. Wait, yeah, Morningstar right here. Beautiful. Morningstar. Bearish engulfing. I would see, yeah, there's a bearish engulfing candle here. There's a bearish engulfing candle here. Morningstar, yep. Well, Phil, I think he's referring to hammer. Where's the hammer? Yeah, oh, there's a ton of hammers here. There's a hammer. It's a bit of a doji. That is a hammer. As you can see, that is a bearish hammer, but still, you know, we call it bearish hammer because it closes downward, but it's still bullish because it happens after a downtrend. All right, so I'm going to give you guys another 5 seconds to name those 3 candlestick patterns, and then I'm just going to reveal all the candlestick patterns that I see. Engulfing bearish, yeah. Okay. So candlestick patterns I see here, let's just name all of them. That looks like a bullish engulfing continuation. That looks like a bit of a hammer, bearish engulfing, bullish engulfing. That looks to me, that could be dark cloud cover. You can Google all this so that you know I'm not just spouting off random random candlestick patterns. That could be cloud cover. That's a bearish engulfing. These are just 2 dojis, so 2-legged doji. When we have two dojis next to each other, that could be forming support. We have a bullish engulfing candle here. We have a bullish continuation candle here. We have a bit of retracement here with, again, it looks like dark cloud cover and dark cloud cover here. And then we have a bit of a tweezer bottom. I know, funny name. Tweezer bottom when they share the same low. And then we have a bit of a, I wouldn't call that a tweezer top, but bearish engulfing, bearish continuation, doji, bullish engulfing, plus this is a morning star. And plus this is an evening star, by the way, because you have a bull run, you have a bearish doji candle, and then you have a bearish engulfing evening star. And then we have a weak bullish candle here with then a bearish engulfing candle here. Whew, that was a lot of naming. Oh, thank you, Steven Chat. Let me answer your question. What's your favorite combination of methods for your own personal trades? You know, as I've probably made this clear, Steven, I love sentiment. I love looking at what other people are doing and then trying to interpret what they're doing and then make money in the market by doing that. And the way exactly that I do that, Steven, is that a rapid increase in one position or the other sends off a warning sign in my head. And basically what that's telling me is a lot of people are doing one thing, so the entire herd is doing one thing, which is telling me I probably want to do the opposite. So for example, like if price is going down, right, and a lot of shorts just start shorting and a lot of bulls just start exiting, that's a lot of selling in the market. And after that selling occurs, you're first going to see the first stage is going to be that rapid fall off in price because everyone sells. But then the minute the positions start to do this, and the minute that price begins to do this, that is a fantastic buying opportunity. Even though the entire market is going to tell you that you're in a bearish market, why would you buy this? You're crazy. Well, if the entire market's telling you that you're crazy, that's a sign that you're about to make a lot of money. So that's my quick little spiel on how I trade sentiment. But to go off of that, I also look at volume spikes. And that's a great way to time when everyone's going in one direction, is that volume spike. Right here, that's a volume spike breakout. So if you had bought this breakout, you would have made money. Sweet. And if you had shorted this breakout right here on very high volume, you would have made money. And if you had bought this reversal right here, you see gigantic volume here, you would have made money. It's those volume spikes combined with sentiment that are ways that you can use sentiment analysis to make money. So, so that, I would say that's my favorite combination of methods. And then one last thing to answer your question before we go a little bit further, let me just play this in the meantime actually, is I like to use supply-demand zones and Fibonacci's. So supply, demand, and Fibonacci's are great ways to use technical analysis in the market. All right, so thank you for your $5 donation. Yeah, so what's going on right here? We have a decrease in shorts, we have a decrease in longs, and current market status looks like a head and shoulders with bearish candles, which could also be a distribution stage. Interesting. Price is going down. This could be some demand right here. This could be a demand zone. I'm telling you. Reason I say this might be a demand zone is look at this very quick increase in shorts. Let's see. Yep. This gigantic increase in shorts is telling me that a lot of people shorted the market here. And if a lot of people are shorted the market here, what's going to happen is that when price touches that zone again, all of them are going to buy back and get out of their positions, which is buying. So that's going to create a large amount of excess demand at that zone. So that doesn't mean that price is going to guaranteed go up, but that means that price is going to have to either stall or change direction. It could mean that it goes up, but it also means that it could just stall like this. And this all makes sense. This stalling occurred, and then the price went up because all the shorts had bought back into this market and exited their positions. And if you think, wait, no, that's not true. Well, look here. Look how many shorts just decreased their positions. All those shorts decreasing their positions is putting a lot of buy volume in this market. And also, the demand zone is holding. So I think price goes above this. Again, I'll give you next question, just the standard. I'll give you guys another 10 seconds to guess. You think, will price break 4,300? Or will price first go down to here for retracement, to 41.20? And I want you guys to just look at sentiment. Both are falling. Both buyers and sellers are falling. What is that a sign of? When both are doing one thing. When buyers and sellers are falling, or sellers and buyers are both rising when they're both doing the same thing, does that typically mean reversal or continuation? 5 seconds. Okay. So far, neither side would have been right. I said, does price go above here first, or does price retrace down to here first? And, yep, those who had said that price will break out above resistance would have been correct. Reason being is, when like I've said before, I feel like a broken record for saying this, but when both sides are increasing or when both sides are decreasing, typically what you're going to see is just a continuation of the trend. And you might be thinking, oh, okay, you're just saying this BS. Why is that? Well, the reason that is because, first of all, there's a bit of an offset. Because if bulls are increasing and shorts are increasing as well, the shorts are increasing with sell volume and the bulls are increasing with buy volume. And if those offset, then price doesn't have enough momentum to change direction. Because if you remember, price is kind of like a ball. When you roll the ball, it takes a lot to change its direction. You have to hit it pretty hard, right? And that hitting it pretty hard is very high volume. So if you have consistently just regular volume, you're not going to see a change in price because you're not seeing a change in sentiment. And that's why price is likely to continue when both positions go up or when both positions go down. All right, sweet. And let's see what happens in this market. We have both positions going up. You know what that means. And now things are changing. Now shorts are just rapidly increasing. You know what that means. I want to fast forward this. Okay. Now both are increasing again. Okay, so I'm not really seeing too much of a change in sentiment because these are both kind of increasing at the same rate, and that's why prices continue going upward, like I've said before. Volume-wise, volume looks pretty healthy. until now. Volume here looked very good because this is breakout volume. We have resistance here. We have that large buy volume candlestick here. Reason why we should not be worried by that large buy volume candlestick right there is because of the resistance here. What that means is, and the reason why this has so much volume is because so many people put orders here. So many people put buy and sell orders at resistance and support levels naturally, so that when price does touch them, it's going to pick up a lot of volume because it's picking up a lot of orders. So that high volume is showing that there's enough demand for the asset to push it past the resistance zone. And this zone was so strong that price does retrace down to it. Now this is a bit of a tough question. Based on these candlestick patterns, what's going to happen here? I'm going to give you guys 20 seconds for this because this is tough because high strong bearish momentum going downward. But then we have an even higher volume doji that looks very bullish. And then we have a bullish continuation. So what happens? A, if you answer A, price just goes up. B, price just kind of like chills around here for until I'd say 18 o'clock. Or C, price just falls apart. And I will give you guys 20 seconds. Another tip: look at sentiment. All right, I'm gonna look at chat for a bit just to see what's going on. I wonder how current this is. I don't know the delay. I think it's 10, 20 seconds. Yeah, because you guys are already answering. B, so B would be just chilling here. C would mean just falls apart. A lot of C's. Okay, this is interesting. I have no idea because I suck. No, that's all good, man. A, you don't suck. You're probably a fantastic human being. And second thing is that this stuff's hard, man. I mean, this is not supposed to be easy. And if it was easy, then everybody would do it, and then everybody would have an edge in the market. So, if you take the time to really just grind this and really just study as if it's like schoolwork, but in a fun way, then you look at the results. I mean, it's just cause and effect. If you put the time in, then you will get the results out. I like how positive you are. Yeah, well, I'm a pretty positive guy. That's why I'm a day trader, because you need that constant positivity to just whoosh. I'd say bull trap goes down. So basically everyone here is just saying down, except Andre said up. Let's see. When everyone thinks one thing's going to happen, typically what happens? Okay, so the people who answered B are currently right, because price hasn't really... This is a weird market. Price is not really going down, but it's just kind of chilling. Oh, there you go. There it is. Everyone who had said sell at this market top would have been correct. So yeah, I would say 80% of you got this right, and that is not what I expected. So good job, guys. Yeah, let's quickly talk about this. So what I see here is a decrease in bearish positions. This is telling me that as price is increasing, bears are decreasing. That's pretty bearish. And then we can see that bulls aren't really doing too much. And we have also gigantic sell volume here, but that's after the fact, but still. But now shorts are increasing and bulls are decreasing. So I think this one's kind of obvious. As we get that. And interesting, we have some support here at this previous resistance level here, as you can see. The price is just kind of chilling around here. All right. Oh, okay. I need to talk about this. Massive increase in buyers right here. Not healthy for this market. Massive increase in buyers, and then we get this because all these increase in buyers, but yeah, also an increase in sellers. Yeah, so both are kind of doing the same thing, so I'd imagine this would continue. Yeah, it kind of does. Okay, so we're going to continue going down. Now what? All right, this is interesting. What do you guys think is going to happen in the market now? Let me just go to chat for a little bit. I'll always do the opposite of Andre from now on. That's funny. Woohoo, I was wrong again. I'm going to get good at this and trade opposite of what I think is going to happen. I mean, as many people joke about, like, hey, I'm doing the opposite of what I think is going to happen, that's kind of not a bad way to think if you think about it. Because what you see at the market top is a lot of optimism, everyone wanting to buy. So if you've had those feelings of really wanting to buy, maybe you could sell. And vice versa at the market bottom. I would say this looks very bullish. I mean, high volume. I think that the shorts are going to begin to increase. Yeah, perfect. So shorts begin to increase. High volume, prices going upward. Bulls aren't really doing anything. So this is telling me that price is currently consolidating a bit. With how could you buy sell with such fast action? Well, this is past data. That's why I'm like doing really quickly. And eventually, right at the end of this video, I'd say in like 5-10 minutes, when we go to present, I'm just going to skip to present soon, and we can just like chill out a bit and do some Q&A, and then also just talk about what's going on in the market now, and then actually see some like live analysis of what we think price is going to do based on what we've learned in the past. So yeah, that'll be fun. Could you explain if these shorts are exchange buy sellers or the margin trades mix of both? Let me just bring you to the BFX data site because this is going to make a lot clearer of what it is. So what this data, because this data right here all comes from here. So I think it's important to look at the origin. So this is total active margin trading positions, long versus short, just on Bitcoin, USD, but just on Bitfinex. So this is going to be, could you explain these are exchange buy sellers and margin trades? I don't really know what you mean by that. So necessarily, could you explain if these shorts are exchange buy sellers? Well, the shorts are just the shorts who had just shorted the market on margin, and the longs are just long margin, so had potentially used leverage, because that is what margin is. And I think you can get, if you want to like get more data or contact him, what you can do, borrow money, or also known as margin funding. You can actually contact these people to get, to get more info, like on basically what this data is, if you want to just take it a step further. All right. Andre would work as a team after Peter said that. Basically, just do the opposite of what Andre says. Okay, let's keep going forward, guys. Okay, we have a decrease in both, so that's telling me that price is going to continue going upward because decrease in shorts and decrease in longs. I mean, that typically means continuation until we get a change in sentiment. Whoa! Okay, I have to, all right, let's do one more bar. Okay, one more. But, okay, what is going on in this market? What do you guys think is gonna happen here? If you were in this market, and I said that you have to either buy or sell. You have to either buy or short this market. And I'm saying that your take profit is either here, your take profit's here if you buy, and if you had shorted, your take profit would be here, and you're here. Do you buy or sell? I'll give you guys 20 seconds. Big hint, look at sentiment. I mean, this is pretty clear. Yeah, there was an increase in shorts and an increase in longs, but there was a higher increase in shorts than there were an increase in longs. And when both increase, that typically means that the trend continues. So, do you short or do you buy? I'm forcing you to do this with all of your bank account, okay? Let's see what you guys are saying. Buy, sell, buy, short now, up. Yeah, it's about like 50-50, but most people want to buy. Okay. Let me quickly just go to the cheat sheet if you want to read that cheat sheet for a bit. I'll give you guys about like 10-15 seconds before we go on. All right, let's see. Let's see if what would have happened if you had bought or shorted this market. I'm going to push play. All right, so if you had bought, you would have been doing all right now, and now you would have been probably a little scared. Maybe you would have gotten out of your position. Now, if you had sold, you're probably a little happy. Still, no take profits have been hit yet, so no one's won this battle yet. Resistance hasn't been hit, and this downward support with the tails hasn't been hit either. All right, there you go. So, all right, the buyers won. And I think this is pretty clear. If I just go back, let me just rewind. Let's rewind back to here. Yeah, so give a few bars. So
what's going on here? So many people are selling this market that I would never want to. I mean, I don't want to say never, but I would not want to short this market just because of this. If traders trade with the market in an established trend, no, but this is the opposite though. So if traders are trading against a market, that typically means that the price is going to continue going against them. Because of what I explained before about something called trapped positions. Now, this massive increase in shorts is just not healthy because price does go down. And that's why we see this. That's why we see that price kind of just consolidates for a bit. No one really does anything. That's a sign of low volatility, that something big's about to happen. So warning signs should absolutely be on your head. If you were 4 o'clock Eastern, November 7th, you're looking at this market right now, okay? And you're trying to think back, something about sentiment. And you have the option to buy or sell. This is just a fantastic buying opportunity. Massive increase in shorts, low volatility with not many position changes. Boom. Like that. And yeah. So then we see really not anything too interesting here until shorts begin to increase, which is telling me that price is going to trap those shorts at these levels. Beautiful. It did. And price continues to go upward. Wow. Yeah, so price is very strong right now. But remember, guys, wasn't there previous resistance at this level? Yeah, right here. You see that? There's previous resistance at that 5K level. So do you guys think this is going to be some major resistance? Give you guys 10 seconds. Is this going to become resistance because this is this level is important because it might have a lot of sell orders at it, or we're just going to power right through it? And I'm trying to do as many questions to just keep you guys like learning, because I think that's the best way to like learn this stuff. And again, if you want to ask me anything like super specific next time, just use a super chat. Even if it's just like $1, I'll answer it. I have too many thoughts based on 5K psychology. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Okay. This is to be expected. And price still 5K is big. I'd say yes. Time to take profit. So you'd probably want to sell here and then wait for price to go down. Okay. Okay, it's kind of hard to say now because price is retracing a bit. Ooh, and longs are going up and shorts are going down. Yeah, resistance. Jordan Mendoza says. Run over psychology and okay, that's interesting, Alex. So. Okay. Price is trying to go up, but I don't like this. I don't like how longs are going up and shorts don't really do anything. You know what that's telling me? Let's go on super speed just to speed this up, because that's kind of cool. Okay, so all of what we had said about that round number resistance was kind of right. And here's what had happened. I know I just like sped this up super, super quickly. But what had happened was the longs did increase, and we had this consolidation, but then we had a breakout that was confirmed with volume. That was also confirmed because this is a consolidation period, so we're looking for a breakout with high position increase. I would take profit and stop loss a couple hundred above. Yeah, I hope you guys wouldn't have taken profit and just held, because if you had just held, you would have gotten this. We have great continuation volume and great, volume? Breakout volume. And now the market gets interesting and really weird. God, look at this. Rapid increase in shorts, and they all just fall apart. So that rapid increase and fall apart of shorts is telling me that that's interesting. And if John Null, welcome to the live stream. If you're late, it's fine. And by the way, if you guys don't know already, this will be posted on my channel. On a playlist that says live streams too. So if you want to watch it in the video, then go ahead. And I'm also going to timestamp it so that you can go to the parts that you want to see and then just not see the parts you don't want to see. Okay, bulls are increasing after this. This is weird. And I'm going to give myself at 150 of elapsed time. I'm going to go to recent market, and then we're going to start to look at like what's going on, and then probably end around the 2 hour 10. But what we're going to do is we're going to go on the 15-minute, and we're just going to go at the market right now and make some predictions that you could actually potentially trade. Yeah. Weird stuff does happen around round numbers. That is true. All right, let's go back to. Should we sell or hold now? I would say hold. I mean, this looks like a very bullish market to me, but the sentiment's kind of being a little weird. Okay. Let me push play and let's just go on hyperspeed to speed this up because we only have about 5 minutes left. So bulls are increasing, so this is not a healthy market. Oh my god, that's beautiful. Bulls were increasing so much. I really don't like this. Shorts are barely increasing. That's like not really enough to talk about, to be honest. But with this rapid increase in bulls, that's going to lead to a rapid fall off in price. And that's what you get. And again, when you get that rapid increase in bulls, what you typically, let me just play a bit after, I'll talk after this. Oh, yeah, okay, so this all makes sense. So basically, when you get this rapid increase in bulls at a market top, what that's going to do is make it really hard for price to go above that market top. Simply because with so many bull positions going here who are now unprofitable, when price just begins to touch their positions, they just dump. They just sell, cause this. So you can see that evidence right here. Look at that rapid increase. That's exactly what I was talking about, actually. So many bulls buy here, and to not have a loss, they all sell right here because they want to be break even. You can see that right there. And then right here, just bulls are just jumping out of this and just selling. And the shorts aren't really doing anything interesting. So if this selling just continues, I would imagine price is going to continue going upward, right? Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what what really should happen, because with all these longs getting out of the market, we're going to get to the point of being oversold, and again the market screws over whoever's trading with it, which is the bulls. So we're going to screw over the bulls. I mean, we're going to screw over the bulls who had just gotten out of their positions. So price goes upward, and that's the reason why, because of this. And now the bulls aren't doing anything. These bulls not doing anything, that's, you know what that's a sign of? It's a sign that price is just going to go upward because the bulls aren't acting and the shorts aren't acting. That means that high volatility is about to enter the market. That's what happened. All right, so how much time? Yeah, I'm going to do this for like another 3 minutes, and then we'll go live to current price, and that'll be interesting. Let me just play this for a bit. We can just like see some sentiment from the past. Yeah. Rapid increase in bulls, nothing happening to the shorts at all. Okay, now we get some rapid increasing in short. Rapid increase in shorts, then a fall in shorts, and a fall in bulls. What does that tell me? A lot of selling in the market because of a large fall in bulls. So we have a lot of selling, and we have high sell volume. And we also have a large increase in shorts, there's a lot of selling too. Are we reaching a point of just too much selling? I think we might be, because this could also be a demand zone. Let's see what happens. So kind of, yeah. Price does go lower, but then goes higher. Interesting. Okay, this sentiment's getting really wacky now, because it's just it all looks just so like random and cluttery. Okay, so bulls are rapidly increasing, shorts are rapidly decreasing, a lot of buy volume coming in the market, but now the bulls are decreasing. Okay, so we get to, yeah, there we go, perfect. This is what I was waiting for, because I knew that the market was going to go up, because, you know, it went up to 11.4K. But you want to know why? This is why. Look at this. Increase in shorts as price is an established trend. We're out of the breakout stage, we're out of the continuation stage here. This could all be called resistance, but we're out of that. We're off to the races with Bitcoin here. So what we want to see when we're off to the races in an established trend is buy positions are just falling apart and short positions are just increasing. This is trapping a lot of shorts. Yeah. This is also making a lot of bullish positions feel pretty bad right now. So price just goes up. Yeah. Boom. But then we get this. Keep playing. Yep, and then price just goes up to the top because of this fall off and this increase. Okay. All right, so now, yeah, it would have been a I agree with all you guys. It would have been a fantastic time to buy. But now let's do what probably some of you want to do right now, which is live analysis and Q&A. So fire at me, guys. Let me just exit replay. It's going to take me to this. Let's go into 15 minutes for Bitcoin. I think we've done enough practice for today. You guys are probably sick of seeing all that guesswork and stuff. I love it, but whatever you... there comes a point where it's just too much historical analysis. I think that. Thank you, Benjamin Phoenix. I really appreciate your support, man. All right, so now let's look at the 1 hour. Yeah, so I'm gonna be ending in like probably 20 minutes. Yeah. So what do we see here? Inverse head and shoulders in the 15 minutes candle line chart. You said that, Jordan. Let's see where that was. Where was the inverse? I'm looking for. Oh, right here. You think let me just try the arrows. Like that would be one. This is the head. This is the shoulder, and then this is the other shoulder. Head, shoulder, shoulder. But it has like two shoulders for its right shoulder. Yeah. Yeah, I think this looks like an inverse head and shoulders on the 1 hour. I think maybe on the 15 minute. On the 1 hour, it might be a little bit more clear. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Alright. Yeah, on the 1 hour, it looks a lot prettier as an inverse head and shoulders. If we alter your predictions, are there enough of us on the same markets to cause fluctuations? I see an upside down LA wave. It's hard to say. Well, the people who typically move markets are very large retail traders and also institutions like JP Morgan Chase. If you guys remember the whole JP Morgan Chase, I'm not going to get into that. But those are the kinds of people who are going to move markets, not us. So we're kind of at the whim of the institutional traders and large retail. Yeah. All right, now let's just talk about what's going on right now. As I've explained before, we have this increase in both shorts and longs, which is telling me that the uptrend is still intact because both are increasing. But we reached an extrema. And that extrema that we reached was right here when we have that so much going on here. But basically, the most important point is that rapid fall off in shorts as price goes down at a market top. That's just screaming to me downtrend, honestly. Rapid decrease in shorts, price goes down. And then shorts are still going down as price is going up. And now long positions are going up too. We're like the fish that swim next to the shark, stay close and don't get in the way, we all get fed lol. I would actually really agree with you, Benjamin. It's a good analogy. We don't have, because we don't have enough volume and purchasing power to really move a market. But you don't need to move a market to make money in really any kind of trading. You can make money without moving the market. And actually, moving the market too much can actually screw you over. Because if you ever have heard something called a whale, speaking of this whole aquatic, basically a whale who sells a lot all at once just dumps everything. What you might see is that tail, where you get something like this. We have a downtrend, and then we have a whale who just sells 2K Bitcoin. And you get boop boop, and you get that V formation. That's not good for him because he moved the market a lot, but guess what? Price is now $500 above where he sold because he sold so much all at once. So that's our advantage. We can act without having that issue of actually creating overbought and oversold points because we have so much purchasing power. So whales have plus 50 BC. Yeah, okay, I see that. Would you be in this market as a day trader? It's so crazy. Yeah, I used to day trade. And it was okay, but I found that the best way to make profits actually for me was to just trade with days. I know, that sounds weird, but day trade with days. Trade over a period of I'd say minimum 4 or 5 hours to a week or two, or you can go longer too if the uptrend's still intact. Hold, but I would say the one thing that you shouldn't do, and you've probably heard this before, is to hodl. Holding on for dear life. Basically, holding on to a bullish position as price is crashing. You want to avoid that. I know that sounds like just common sense, but that's honestly one of the main ways, probably the main way that people lose money in this market, is that they buy at a market top and then they just don't do anything about it. So honestly, I don't know how to day trade using Bitcoin because the price is too high. Well, you should never be thinking like that. You should never be thinking that the price is too high or too low. You should be thinking more about levels and sentiment. Because, yeah, 10.5K does sound high, but we have to still think of it just as a level and not just attach like high or low to it. Where did you gather your knowledge, university or the internet? Here's the interesting thing, because I really like that question a lot. University, I learned the most about trading and how to be profitable as a day trader over a period of days through psychology, not through econ, but it's actually those psych classes that teach you, those things that you can say to yourself, oh, that makes sense. People are risk averse, so they do this. And X means Y, so I should look out for this in the market. Then you can come to a point where you say, oh, I have a strategy now that works. And you got that all just from taking one psych class, and it's that cool. But econ, no. Take. I would agree with you. Termination shock too. A 10% increase is just a 10% increase. Doesn't matter if high or low. Take whatever classes you want, of course, but just remember that I think that psychology is probably one of the best. The second best, next to, of course, behavioral economics is going to be the best thing to take. Because behavioral economics is trading, basically. So, learn pain, elation, and seeing a chart is what I love. I love that I'm opening your guys' eyes to seeing this like pain of price going against people, and also like elation and peak elation that happens at market tops. Right here, perfect. Look at that peak elation. Oh, I'm gonna buy. No, you're not. Price crashes. As you can see, we had a minor, market resistance here, but it didn't really work out because so many people had bought here. They got other positions and caused that. So, what are you guys saying? I'm a biologist. No, but biology, you can like find some way to attach bio to trading, I guess. I don't really know. I would say that probably the best degrees to get, of course, CS, computer science and coding are going to get you anywhere in life. CS, psychology, behavioral economics, like those are the kinds of classes that are important. Okay, now let's do, I'm an engineering student. Economics is like black magic to me. Well, this is economics, but you don't really need to understand full economic theory to understand the markets. You just need to understand why things happen. And I think that not enough content, not enough articles, not enough YouTube channels really go into why something happens. They just say what happens, and they just leave you there. So what I'm trying to do here with the teaching and all is to try to show you guys not just what happens and where it happens and like how to build a strategy around it, but more importantly, why does this happen? What's the psychology of people's heads and that herd mentality that's going to cause these moves to happen? And then as you practice and get better at learning this herd mentality, you're going to be able to day trade pretty well. I mean, so yeah. I agree with you here, Benjamin Phoenix. We were having your sound twice. I don't know why that happens, man. I haven't like changed anything, but I think that's just going to like happen in and out. Yeah, the hormones are important. Like max dopamine and adrenaline. I would say adrenaline's probably breakouts. Like a quick breakout is probably going to give a lot of people adrenaline. Max dopamine is probably going to happen at a market top. So, yeah, so those are some things. Are you able to be consistently profitable? Also, what do you think of a buy and hold strategy? Okay, that's a loaded question. Well, that second question is kind of hard to answer because I don't like just saying like buying and holding. I feel like when people say buy and hold, it's a lazy man's way of saying I'm going to buy something at any price I want and then hold it no matter what happens. And then when the price tanks, they ask themselves why they bought it. Because they were going to buy and hold. That was their mindset. So I don't like that buy and hold mentality. I like having rules. I like being organized. And I like writing down why I'm doing something. So what I mean by that is if I'm going to trade for like a week or 2 weeks with that buy and hold mentality, what I'm really going to do is wait for my level to be hit and my buyer to be touched, of course, and then I have my reasons why I got in. I have a take profit. I have a stop loss. And yeah, I'm going to buy and hold until it hits my take profit or my stop loss, unless I need to adjust them because of changing market conditions. But again, quick little tidbit: you never want to put your stop loss lower. You always want to move your stop loss up, and you never want to move your take profit lower either. You usually want to move your take profit up. So those are just some quick little rules. Do you trade through Trading News charts? I do not. Just fantastic way to get analysis. Sound quality. I don't know if the sound quality is like bad or like changing. Let me see like up here. Livestream health. Okay, that's kind of cool. There's like that like what is that light right there? I never saw that. There's like some like light across my face. Okay, that's kind of strange. Like it's the light from the blinds, but it's kind of funny. Do you trade alts or only BTC? So I trade Ethereum and Bitcoin. I like to keep it simple because they have a large enough market cap that I can look at sentiment and then make decisions based on sentiment. Where other altcoins, yeah, you can use sentiment, but I like to see mass market psychology so that I can have the highest probability of what I think is going to happen. All right, let's just quickly, now it's single audio and no echo. Is that a good thing? Or now I sound better? Much better, better? Okay. I wish I could tell you guys that I'm the one doing this job of the sound quality, but it's not me. It's just the Wi-Fi and that. But I'm glad the sound quality is better. Let's quickly talk about what's going on here. So, because this is probably the most important part going forward, what is going to happen to Bitcoin. And I'm going to go to Ethereum as well after this. Massive fall off in buyers. And this is really going to happen at a market bottom, because that's a lot of selling entering the market. And what you see at a market bottom, and if I zoom in on this, these sell volume spikes right here, I'm going to answer these a bit later, but I'm going to go to here for now. Yeah, so basically what's going on here is massive fall off in buyers on Bitcoin. And that's major sell volume. That's going to create an oversold point. That's also going to create a vacancy for other buyers to enter the market. Shorts fell off as well, but it looks like the buyers fell off more rapidly. Okay, and then the shorts began to continue to fall as price moved upwards. We have that divergence that I talk about all the time, where we get shorts falling and as price is increasing. But we get buyers, let me just draw this, we get buyers increasing. Buyers increasing and price increasing and shorts falling. This is a lot of buying coming into the market, which, like I've said many times, whoa, I just got hit with something. Oh, wait one sec. Here. One sec. Sorry about that, guys. For those who don't know, I have diabetes. So, about 2 weeks ago, I was diagnosed with type 1. So, like, I'm trying to still learn the ropes of that. So that's why I kind of just went over there for a bit. Oh, did you already know? How? Oh my God, that was quick. Wow. You guys are not only reading markets, but also reading me. Yeah. I just had some glucose, but good reads. Diabetic thought so. Yeah, well, it is what it is. All right, so wait, where were we? Let's see. I'm fine, guys. But also, I'll tell you one thing. Diabetes is not enough to keep me away from the charts and to keep me away from staring at charts for 5+ hours. All right, let's move on. So we have a lot of buy volume coming to this market, which in the short term, what I was about to say, in the short term, that means the price is going to go up because as many people rush to buy, and then many people short, what's happening is that's a lot of buy volume, right? And that's gonna last for a little bit, but then eventually you're gonna get a point where you get to an overbought point where too many people have bought and too many people have shorted. And I think that this could possibly be the point. Basically, whoa, so you're not a robot, you're a real person? Well, now I'm even more sold. Oh, love you too, Benjamin. Yeah, all right, I'm gonna just flip to here, just you guys can take a look at this. I am a real person, I think. I don't think I'm a robot trained to just trade markets for the rest of my life. But maybe I'm wrong with that, I don't know. Yeah, but basically what's going on here? So this could potentially be something that turns into a down market because we have a rush of buyers as price goes up in a downtrend, and then we have a rush of sellers exiting. If we just zoom in on volume to make this super clear, much prettier chart here. A lot of people bought this, my God. A lot of people bought this, and then a lot of people shorted this. So what that's telling me is this could be, with that volume spike, this could possibly be the end of the bull run. And one more thing why I think that might happen is because of the decrease in volume. So let me just show you this. You can see here that we have a decrease in volume as price is moving upward. So this is a sign that there isn't as much enthusiasm for the bull move, and this is a sign that there's a higher probability chance that price is going to move downward than upward. And I think that we're probably at a 0.618 retracement level here. Yes, we had reached it right here, where we had that 61.8 retracement reached right here, and then price moved down with a bearish engulfing candle. And now we have weak bullish candles with high tails upward, which is telling me, just by looking at candlesticks and volume, that price is looking like the bears are in control and that the market's probably going to move downward. And if this keeps going up, I'd be even more confident. And this keeps going down, I would be even more confident that price is going to move downward. So yeah, that's Bitcoin. I think we've really gone over that a lot. So let me just go on to my second favorite thing. Okay, that's interesting. What's interesting about Ethereum's sentiment is that the shorts are really doing nothing. You can see here that there's really nothing to tell you about the shorts because they're not that active. It's the bulls that we need to look at. And I would say that this one's even more obvious than the one before. That look at this, just massive rush of buyers at this market top. We went from 312K up to 342K. So 30,000 Ethereum bought all at once like that in I think 2 hours. And that created that market top. What I like about Ethereum's sentiment, though, is that you only have to look at the bull volume for now. Like, that makes it a lot less cluttery, you know what I mean? Whereas, like, Bitcoin, the shorts and the bulls interact with each other. But with this kind of market, for some reason, it's just the bulls. But yeah, I would say that this looks very bearish to me. And let me plot the Fibonacci analysis to see if we are at a important retracement. Because we might be at the 0.618. Okay. Yeah, so it looks like the 0.618 is at 467. So price could go up to 467, but I can also see price immediately going down. And the reason I say that, I'm not just saying that just to say it, but let me show you guys one thing. This is very strong previous support, as you can see right here. And this previous support is going to mean that there's a lot of orders probably around these zones. So that when price does go up to here, it might have a harder time going upward. And if it does go upward, it might just go down first, then bounce back upward. But I'm thinking two things are going to happen with Ethereum. I'm thinking that either price is going to retrace now, as if Bitcoin began to just fall apart right now, I think Ethereum would fall apart as well. Or the second thing that might happen is we go up to 467 because it's a 0.618 Fibonacci zone. Yeah, so those are the two things that I think might happen with Ethereum. Going forward, and I really wanted to mention this because I thought this was pretty cool. If we go on the daily, one point that I found was super, super, super important was 367. Let me show you guys exactly what I am talking about. If I can just remember what I did here. Yeah, so I drew a Fibonacci right from here to here. Yeah, here we go. So of the recent bull move, from here to here, we can see the 61.8 is 367. And what I love about this point is that there was previous consolidation here that could also be a demand zone. And then another great thing about this point is I had drawn another Fibonacci, but this one, it was a Fibonacci extension instead of a Fibonacci, I think I drew it. I drew it of the zone. Yeah, I drew it of the consolidation zone. Well, this already makes sense right here. You can see the 161.8, which is a very important Fibonacci extension zone. It was supported right here, and price went up. So, yeah, but basically what I'm saying is that 367, I remember, had another important part to it with a Fibonacci extension for it going to that level. So I think that level is going to be pretty important, and that will be probably the end of this downtrend. Yeah. So that's what I see on Ethereum, and I think I'm going to end this video in the next few minutes. We've gone over a lot today. Let me just go to chat. Oh, thank you, Lily. Time is up. Yeah. Okay. Time is up. So basically, yeah, I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it about a minute. I would say just for the last thing that Ethereum and Bitcoin look pretty bearish today, and I would not be surprised at all if they just fall apart right now and go down because of how much, because of how the bullish sentiment was at the market top, and how the bulls are just falling apart now. I just can see this market going downward with all that sell volume, and especially with Bitcoin too. Let me just pull that up. But thank you guys for joining me on my first live stream, and comment in the chat if you guys enjoyed it and want me to do this in the future, or just want me to stick to videos. I would love to have your guys' input for that. I know that thank you, Jordan Mendoza. I know that I had a great time looking at this, even though I had a 1 minute little issue, but that was taken care of, and yeah, we made history, guys. My name is Bennett, by the way. Bennett. Yeah. Good stuff. Potentially learn more from the live stream than hours of YouTube vids. Really? Well, I guess with Q&A. Yeah. All right, guys. So, yeah, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much one last time. And I hope you do well on your crypto journey. And I might just be back again, doing this again, because live streaming is fun. So, thank you. So I'm going to exit this. And have a good day, guys. Bye.